Hey writers! So today in your journal, remember you're going to write something that's happened to you. I had a couple of kids today say to me, Mrs. Perlin, I want to write about something that happened a long time ago. Is that okay? And I said, of course it is. I've been writing about a lot of things that have been currently happening to me, like what happened yesterday or last night to you, but you can write about things that happened last year, when you were 3, when you were 4. It doesn't have to be something that's happening right at this moment, just as long as it's really happened to you. That's one great thing about writing in journals is that you get to write down things that you want to remember, and then you can look back at them and think, oh, I remember that, because sometimes we forget things. We forget stories that happen, events that happen. I found an old journal of mine. I was reading through it, and I felt like I was reading someone else's life. I had forgotten that some of these things had happened to me when I was in high school, or I did some of these things. So you want to write down your memories. I'm going to write down a memory today, write about a memory today that was very special to me. I will always remember it. It was so much fun. Caitlin and I, last summer, we went to Chicago with our whole family went, and we went with some friends too. And we went to the American Girl Doll Cafe in Chicago. And we had such a special time. It's just this restaurant that you can bring your dolls into. And so Caitlin brought her doll, and we went with my friend and her daughter, both of our friends, and her daughter brought her doll in. And the dolls sit at the table with you, and they got little tiny plates, and they got their own little silverware, own little cups, and everything that we ordered was adorable. Like I think our pancakes were heart-shaped, and Caitlin had this really cute little dessert that was a flower, and it was in this pudding with this Oreo crumble top, and it was just a fun girls' day that I had with my daughter. So I thought I would write about that today. So I'm going to start with my picture. I'm going to draw as detailed of a picture as I can, and then I'm going to work with you all on my words. So here we go. Okay, so I drew my picture. I tried to draw lots of good detail. This was me, so I'm going to label me so everybody knows that's me. This is my friend Emily, so I'm going to write her name above her head. This is Ellie. That's Emily's daughter. And this is Caitlin. I'm going to write Kate because we call her Kate for short sometimes. And here we are at the American Girl Doll Cafe. I wore this pink and purple flowery dress. They have their little dolls right here in their high chairs attached to the table. They had their little plates. And this is them when they got their dessert. And it had the flower in it. And Kate's a big smile on her face. And she said, wow. So I'm going to write the word wow up here. W-A-W. And I'm going to put a speech bubble around it so we can see that she's saying that. They had fancy chandeliers hanging from the ceilings. They had flowers all over. It was really a pretty place. So now I'm going to write my words. And so for my words, I want to say, I had brunch, and brunch is between breakfast and lunch. So I had brunch at the American Girl Doll Cafe. I had brunch at the American Girl Doll Cafe. And remember, you can always do this to help you if you have an adult with you. They can make those lines for you to help plan out your words. Makes it a little bit easier right now. So I had lunch at the American Girl Doll Cafe. I had lunch at the American Girl Doll Cafe. I have a line for each word. So now, and I planned out my words. I have my memorized in my head. Now I can go to write it. So I would be my first word. Big line down. Little line on top, little line on the bottom. Remember, when I is a word, it has to be uppercase. I still have some friends that are making their I's lowercase. It has to be uppercase. So I had. Now had is a sight word that we have had, isn't it? H-A-D spells had. You might need to still sound up. Some of you might already remember it in your head and you can write it easily. I had brunch. I have to sound out brunch. It's not a sight word. Br. That's a BR blend. I'm going to write BR. like Uncle Unk. That's a U. Brunch, like our friend Chase in our class, and like Charlie with his choo-choo train. That's a CH sound. So CH. I had brunch. Now when I don't have any more room here, what do? Return sweet back to here. This is where I start writing again. I had brunch at. Another sight word. We actually had it last week, and we made other words into it, didn't we? A-T, at. I had brunch at the. Another sight word. So T-H-E. I had brunch at the American. Now that is not a sight word. I have to sound that one out. That's a U. In American. Now, let me tell you something. That's not really how you spell American. It's not even close. But guess what? If you did this in this classroom, I would be amazed because you would have heard all these sounds and written it down, and that's all I care about right now. So great job. I had brunch at the American Girl. Girl. That starts with a G. The American Girl doll. That's a D. Now I have friends that go, oh gosh, which way does a D go? So they just make an uppercase D. I don't want to make an uppercase D. I want to make a lowercase d. So we do magic letter C first, up all the way to the top, and then down. That's what a D should look like. Like octopus, that's an O. Dow. I had brunch at the American Girl doll store. I have to write st. Ooh, that's an ST blend. ST. Store. I'm all finished. I'm going to put a period at the end of my sentence. Now, what do good writers always do? They always go back and they reread their piece to make sure everything looks the way they want it to look. I'm going to touch the words as I go. I had brunch at the American Girl doll store. I think I did a pretty good job. I'm very happy with my piece. I think I'm going to go back and I'm going to even add some more detail and really show. It was all pink, black, and white, and there were stripes everywhere and mirrors. And I can really add more of the setting besides just the chandelier and the flower here. But I want you to get busy on your writing. So get your journals out, open up to your next clean page, write about something, and then please take a picture or a video and share with me what you wrote today. See you later, writers.